Hi, this is Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today I am doing an update on my 29-day Crafty Organization challenge. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some pictures. I haven't kept up with posting that though, but if you would like to follow me on Instagram, my name is Jen Lee Schoolcraft, and I am hashtagging this 29-day craft challenge as hashtag Crafty ORG challenge. I'm actually doing days 15, 16, and 17. So this is the before, and these are basically my chipboard and my different pastes. And they all are on this shelf in little wire baskets. This shelf was an inexpensive purchase from Amazon. I have one on each side of the room. And then these little wire baskets are just from Walmart. But really you can use anything. The dollar store probably has a lot of great bins and containers as well. I just had picked these up. I actually stored my stamps in these previously and didn't like that they didn't hold as much, and so that's when I got the plastic bins, and then I just kept these. And then when I was cleaning this area a little bit ago, I decided to go ahead and use them for all of my little pastes. So that's what I'm going through in this first half. I do have stamps. I did those actually days 16 and 17, and I do have those at the end of the video. So the first portion is just going to be the pastes, which I don't really do much with. I do organize my chipboard a little bit better. So originally I had my chipboard in this little container. This is another one of those Target containers, the same kind that I use for my stamps. This one, the size on it is 12 3/4 by 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. So it's a little bit skinnier than the other one that I use for my stamps and my dies. But I just love these containers because they come with lids and you can store just so much stuff, and they're inexpensive. And so this is how I store my little chipboard pieces, some of them in little Ziploc baggies. And so I just had them, the loose pieces in Ziploc baggies in this little container. And then I had the rest of them in these two, they're kind of like magazine holders, I guess. They must be like a 12 by 12 size or a little bit bigger than that. And so I hold all of my chipboard that's on a board, you know, all those adhesive chipboards. And then the bigger pieces all go in here in one of these two. So here's all of the kind of, it's probably most of it is adhesive. I just have a hard time getting rid of this. I don't know why, but so the after for these items is I was able to go ahead and I had an extra bin that I use, the same kind that I use for my dies. And so what I did was I went ahead and I put all of the loose chipboard in here because there was a little bit of loose chipboard in that 12 by 12 magazine holder container. And then I just compacted it. I got rid of a few things, and I was able to fit it into this kind of shoebox size container from Target. And I was able to clean out one of those 12 by 12. So now I only have one. And then this is the after. I don't know why I don't have a picture of the bottom shelf, but I don't, sorry. So the giveaway's not a whole lot. There are a few items that were on that shelf that I have put in the giveaway. Some of it is some chipboard. So this is, I believe this is probably a piece of adhesive chipboard, and just some miscellaneous. This one has words, and then there's some decorative lettered chipboard. And then I have these Nuvo Mousse. I only had 4 of these, and I kept one of them. I think it was a recent one. Kind of a pinkish color. This brown one is also a pretty recent purchase, but I just don't use them. I don't, they're just not for me. I know that this one right here in particular is a little bit dried out. I have read, or I saw a video or something that said if you kind of moisten it with water, it will come back and it won't be as dried out. But I don't use these at all. I kept one just in case for now. I probably will end up getting rid of it later. But so that's part of the giveaway. And then these 3 little pixie sticks, you can use them for cupcake toppers or in a cake or just for general decoration. This one is a birthday, and then I have a Christmas, and then I believe the next one is like a spring or an Easter. And then I have these. If you don't want these, just let me know. The reason they're in this bag is because when I tried to open them, these are Bo Bunny glitter pastes, a blue and a pink, and I didn't want them to dry out, so I put them in this bag, but I haven't used them, so I don't know. Hopefully they aren't dried out. But I put those in the giveaway. If you don't want them, then just let me know and I will throw them away. So next is the before for my stamps. These are days 16 and 17. I have these organized by brand. And the reason I have them organized by brand and not by category is because it drove me crazy trying to decide, if it was more than one category, which category to put it in. So for me, it's a lot easier by brand. And what I usually do is I look through my catalog book that I've created and then find the stamp that I need. So I have one extra container that's for unknown stamps, and then I have one container, which is this one, for my mini stamps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to destash, and I need to create a few of the laminated dividers, and I need to create laminated dividers for my minis. And that's basically what I'm doing to organize, because I already like the system that I have. I can fit all of them on these 2 shelves, and that's the way I want to keep it. And so for the after, I have some destash items at the end, but I'm just going to kind of go over how I store my stamps. I have these pockets from the checkout store, and that's what I store them in. I have one size for the minis and one size for a majority of my stamps will fit in. I do not have pockets for the bigger stamp sets, but I just leave them in their plastic container that they come in on purchase. And then I did change these because I had a lot of extra room in the bin that was T through Z, I believe, and the S's were overflowing. So I just split that up. These are my laminated sheets. So my dividers are just a piece of cardstock that's been laminated. I use my label maker to go ahead and label them. But if you have just stick-on labels that you can handwrite or stick-on labels that you can print out from your computer, that works just as well. So here's just kind of a still shot of how I have these stamps in there. And then these are my minis. I just went ahead and created the same system as I do for my big ones. And so I have 2 different sizes of plastic pockets from the checkout store. I have the smaller ones that fit my minis, and then I have the bigger ones that fit a majority of my stamps. And like I said, I don't have my bigger stamp sets in pockets because I don't have that many that don't fit, and I don't want to spend the money to buy another pocket size when I'm not going to use it hardly at all. So here's an example of how I have my stamps. This is a rubber stamp, but I put the stamp on one side, and then the divider, it fits perfectly. It's from Hobby Lobby. I will have to put the size of that. I'm so sorry. I'm so disorganized for this video. But I put if I have it, I put the brand and the name of the stamp on the flip side. So this is how I keep track of my stamps with dies. I put a green circle if it's has a coordinating die, and I only package the coordinating dies with stamp sets that have figures like this. So if I had a die that was a word die and I could use it without the stamp, I put that with my dies, but having that green sticker will let me know that I have a die that goes with that is going to be with my dies if it's not with the stamp set. And so my categories, this is my catalog. And I'm not completely finished with this. This has been a long process trying to get this catalog together because I started a couple of months ago. So I work on it a little bit at a time to catalog my stamps, just because it does take quite a while. So the cover matches my little divider. So the purple is A through CL, I believe it is. So it's easy to store that way. And then I also put those stickers in my catalog. So you can see the green sticker, that stamp has a coordinating die with it. And then I have a few minis in there, which tells me that those are minis and they're going to be stored in the one container that stores all of my mini stamps. And I like this system. It works for me. I never wanted to catalog my stamps. It's not something that I ever wanted to do. But if I had started out doing this, I would I'd be way better off than I am now, having to go back and kind of catalog everything because it takes a lot of time. But I think it's a great system and it works really well for me. And so that's what I do with my things because I'm not going to remember what stamps I have. I know people use electronic forms of cataloging, but for me, I don't know. I want to see the actual stamp size and set and all of that, and I can't get that by looking at an electronic, something that, is a picture and an electronic organizer or whatever. And that's just me. I know that works for other people, but I like how I have it now. And so here I'm just showing, these are the items I pulled out for my D-stash. So this is going to be part of the week 3 giveaway. Some of the stamps have coordinating dies. Some of them I have never used before. There are a few that are a little bit kind of old, and I'll show you those ones when I get to it. But there's a lot of cute stamps, like this one right here. I don't think has ever been used. It's not even out of the little rubber thing that Stamping Up puts their stamps in. This one looks like it's fairly old. It's kind of yellowed, and I bought this used and I just never used it. The only thing that won't come with this is the pockets. I will probably take the pockets and put those in my stash so that I can use them. But that Stamping Bella stamp, I have never used that. I don't believe I've ever used this one or this one. And if you haven't watched my first 2 videos, I put kind of a helpful guide to destashing and organizing. And one of the things that is super helpful for me and what I've been doing for the last couple of years is to go through my stuff at least every 6 months, if not sooner for certain items. And I know it's hard to get rid of stuff. Believe me, there are, like, if you've seen my previous videos, there's stuff that I just can't get rid of, like brads and little embellishments like that. I have them. I haven't used them, but and I think part of the thing in my mind is, where am I going to find that? Like, what if I want that exact thing and it's like 5 years old and I'm not going to be able to find it? To me, stamps, it's just like there's always new stamps, and there's always going to be a stamp that's maybe even similar to something else. Like, unless you have the super favorite stamp, which I definitely do, and I probably will never get rid of, but for the most part, stamps for me are something that's easy to get rid of. And you're probably the same way. There's probably things that you just hang on to that you can't get rid of, and that's okay. If you have the space for it, it's not causing stress in your life, then I think it's okay. I have stuff like that. It's not taking up space. It's not bothering me. I like it there, and that's where it's going to stay. So for the giveaway for week 3, the same as the first 3 weeks, or first 2 weeks, follow this channel, leave a comment below, follow me on Instagram. All the details of the giveaway can be found in the Google Doc link below. And please fill your name and email address in that Google Doc form at least once every giveaway week. That way I know that you're interested in the giveaway for that week and you want to be entered for it. Even if you've entered, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Even if you've entered your information for week 1 and 2, because I'm only grabbing that specific week. So to make sure that you're entered into that giveaway for the current week, please go ahead and enter your name and email address at least once through that Google Doc form. And I think that's it for me. I am trying to get caught up on my days. I am a little bit behind. So I am going to be working hard for the rest of the week because the month is flying by. Today is the 18th, and I haven't started the organization for today yet. And so it's going by very quickly, but I'm super happy with what has been accomplished so far. And that is it. If you like this video or found it informative, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. As always, I love reading your comments, so please leave a comment below, and I will catch you next time. Thanks so much.